This episode of Mobile Geeks is brought to you by Netflix. Nicole Scott here from Mobile Geeks, and here we're looking at the Samsung Galaxy Note 2. This is a 5.5-inch smartphone that is pushing the boundaries between smartphone and tablet. It's got an HD AMOLED display, and it's powered by a 1.6 gigahertz quad-core processor with 2 gigabytes of RAM. It's a big phone, big processor, so it's got a lot of features. So let's start with the S Pen. It's located down here on the back. Just pull that out. And you can see that it tells you the S Pen has been detached, and then it actually comes up with a list of things that you can do. So you can go right into the notes section. But if we just take a quick look at the gallery, one of the things that I do quite like about the S Pen is that it has active hover. So you can see that there's a small dot. I'm not quite touching the screen. But you can see that I can make the screen go up. I can choose to, let's go in here. And while I'm hovering over items, they actually do pop up. Another application that actively uses Air View is the S Calendar. So you can see that my meetings can pop up. When you're playing a video, you can actually use active hover as well here to show you what's coming up. So another really great thing about the S Pen is that you can take screenshots. There is a button located on the side here. I actually find it a little bit low for my liking, but if you just push it down and then push on the screen, it will take a screenshot. This is actually a messenger that's very popular over here in Asia called Line. I use it with a lot of my Asian friends because you can send a lot of really funny photos. So when you take a screenshot, you could now draw on it. So I can choose what type of pen that I'm going to use. Let's make this black. Let's make it thinner. I'm going to go here and say haha. So let's say I don't want to take a screenshot, but I want to take a clipping. Show me a photo of a safety pin. So this is something I actually do in Taiwan quite often when I'm looking for an item that I don't know the Chinese word for. So let's say choose this one. Holding down the button on the side of the S Pen, if you have an image, you can actually just draw it out as a clipping. So you see I have all of these options where I can send it over through chat, Bluetooth, I can go over scrapbook. Let's put it in my scrapbook. If you're anything like me, you're probably going to lose the S Pen as soon as you take it out. So here's how you keep track of it. Now if we go into settings, and then you go all the way down to system, and then hit S Pen, and then here is the option for S Pen Keeper. Now if you start walking away with the S Pen detached, it'll actually kind of vibrate at you that your pen is detached. The only sad thing is that you can't really walk and use the Note 2 at the same time. So if you're trying to walk and write, it's going to vibrate at you telling you to put the S Pen back in. So that's just one thing to consider if you are thinking of using this option. All right, now let's take a look at a little bit of handwriting recognition. So let's go into messaging. Let's send Sasha a message. So here, when the S Pen is detached, you'll see that the handwriting section automatically comes up. Now let's say that it doesn't. It doesn't already come up. Now you can force it into the handwriting section. There's a little T and a little writing stick there, so that forces it into handwriting recognition there. Right, so hello. Now let's put this back in and take a look at a couple other quite cool things about the keyboard. Now this is the stock Samsung keyboard. So you can see that all the letters on the keyboard are rotated to the right. Now this is because I have selected one-handed input. So let's quickly take a look up here where I can find that. So if we just go down to one-handed operation there in personal, so you can see that I've selected Samsung keyboard, one-handed right or left use. Now let's head back to messaging and see something else that I've selected with my keyboard. Now, so keep on trucking. So I've selected continuous input. So it's exactly like swipe or Swift key. But the added bonus of using Samsung's own integrated continuous input is that if you use a third-party keyboard, then you won't be able to use the S Pen functions. So if you are super addicted to swipe or Swift key, then you have to consider the fact that you're going to have to manually switch back whenever you do want to use the S Pen. Before we check out more useful tips and tricks, why don't we hear from our sponsor? Netflix streams TV shows and movies directly to your Android device, saving you time, money, and hassle. To support our show and get a free 30-day trial, head on over to netflix.com/mobilegeeks. Another really handy feature that can be found in the settings is blocking mode. So it's here on your device. You can activate blocking mode. If you go inside, you can see that it will stop incoming calls, notifications, alarm timer, and LED notification. You can do it always, or let's say you always go to bed at 11:30 or 11:08, and then you get up at 6. Now, let's say that maybe there's a certain someone that you would like to contact you after hours, or if you want all your contacts or your favorites, so you can actually select who can get past blocking mode. Also in the display section is a feature called Smart Rotation and Smart Stay. So now Smart Rotation, you can see here that it will actually keep track of your eyes and stop the phone from tilting and changing orientation if it sees that you're watching it. So that's actually a very handy feature. Smart Stay is another one that I really quite like, that it will detect your eyes and keep the screen lit up if you're looking at it. Now all of these will kind of drain your battery a little bit quicker, but I think they're very much worth it. That was just a quick look at 10 features from the Samsung Galaxy Note 2. Here's a little bonus if you liked my wallpapers. This is my favorite app right now for getting them. It's called Pattern, and you can kind of set it up that it changes every day. So here's the ones that I've selected from. So anyways, that's another little tip for you. I am Nicole Scott from Mobile Geeks, taking a quick look at the Galaxy Note 2.